audio output. Hopefully, you guys can hear me now. Sorry about that. I had that set up for the other day when I was trying to work out the NASA video. So I do apologize for that. Hopefully, you guys can hear my audio now. Brian says, "Do we try audio, closed captions?" Yeah. Let me know if audios is right. It should be fine now. And a big welcome to everybody. Oh boy, says Wookie. Yeah, indeed. Good to see you, Brennan, as well. 2 more weeks. It does appear that way, doesn't it? We got T. Riley in the house. Good to see T. Riley. Who else has jumped in here? T. Riley says thanks. So you're welcome there. Yeah, I had it on a different mic setting, so that's why. But it's all sorted now. So yeah, I'll just rehash what I just said. Craig Pitt says all good. I appreciate that. Thanks so much, Craig. And I do appreciate Craig reposting some of my posts as well on X platform. Nice. There's property view. Good to see property view. In fact, what's happened to my brand as well? I've gone back to my old style here. Let's switch that around because I think this is probably faster. Is it this one here? Yeah. Maybe we'll go for that style. How about that? Yeah, that's nice and short. We'll do that today for the comments. So yeah, apparently James Maria having to do a inverted, in quotes, a forced rug slash liquidity pull of his Atropa contract to a limit. Apparently to a certain point he did it. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. I posted a lot of the stuff in the crypto chat in the Discord. So if you haven't joined up, definitely join up to that. The other thing, of course, is Teddybear also went down, another James Maria project. And of course, Pdai was apparently the cause because Pdai's had some mass minting there. And of course, we do talk about the Pdai maker theory on this channel. There's been a lot of evidence pushed around it, but this big minting seemed to have scared the Atropa dev James Maria there from what we could tell. We're going to have a little look at the Telegram video that was posted. That was posted about how many hours ago? Probably 6 hours or so ago, 6.5 hours. And posted a lot of that stuff at the time in the Discord. Now, a lot of stuff's happened since then. I haven't had a chance to check it out. But definitely a lot of drama happening there, and the gas price went insane, right? What did it go to? 290 million beats or something like that. It was just huge. It's currently still pretty high, so we're going to check all that out as well. So, yep, Pulsechain madness, crazy. Put it in the chat if you've got any insights into it over the last sort of 6 hours or so. Pretty cool. We got EIS in the house there. DWB, good to see you as well. Big shout there. And yeah, Tin Top once again is in the house. All right, so without further ado, let's move on. We're going to cover our normal coverage of the market and then get up to Pulsechain very quickly. So let's quickly check that out. So we've got the stock market today. Obviously, the results for today are Tuesday's results. The other thing is that we've got the Fed meeting has opened up, right? So the Fed meeting has kicked off. But ahead of that, the S&P 500 has slumped a little bit there. And we can see the Dow Jones is down 0.6%, 260 points to 41,600. S&P 500 is down over 1%, 60 points down to 5,600. The Nasdaq is down 1.7%. That's pretty decent. 304 points to 17,500. So definitely a pullback on the stock market indices there as well. Let's have a look at the commodities quickly. Obviously, we've got West Texas is just up a tad, just up very slightly at $66.67. Brent oil a barrel is down almost 1%, 65 cents to $70.42. Gold at the moment, $3,041. OMG on that one. Let's have a look at the max chart. That's pretty crazy, right? Let's actually look at the last month because it's got the high on it. Yeah, well, we're just off the high at the moment. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, that's pretty cool. Remember, potential target up to 3,500 for gold. So it's pretty crazy times. Silver as well is at $34.65. That's pretty flat today as well. So those are kind of the commodities. Like I say, we've got the Fed meeting kicking off. So yeah, 2 days, and we'll see what the rate cut. Remember, the market expected a no change in the rates this time, so still staying at 4.5 on the federal funds rate. There have been some signs of cooling in the labor market that could push the Fed to soften it and surprise the markets. It's possible. But of course, there's also the Trump's policies reordering the world with tariffs as well. And on the 2nd, of course, of April, we've got reciprocal tariffs coming into play. So yeah, it turns out that not only is Trump into free trade, but he's also into fair trade. And people think that all the liberals and all that are all the innocent ones, right? But they're the ones that are causing most of the problems in the world. So Trump's coming in to sledgehammer a lot of that stuff, which is pretty exciting to see. Short-term pain, of course, for a massive long-term game. So, yep, we've got all that happening there. So we'll see how that goes. Also, the other good news is that we had Trump and Putin talking. about a limited ceasefire on energy and infrastructure. So that was good news, and looking to target that for 30 days. The leaders agreed that the movement to peace will begin with an energy and infrastructure ceasefire, as well as a technical negotiations on implementation of a maritime ceasefire in the Black Sea, full ceasefire, and then permanent peace. So that is the process there. So doing pretty cool. There are also negotiations beginning in the Middle East as well, which is nice to see. The other big news, of course, is NVIDIA. The AI era is upon us, and materialists are very excited about a new species of consciousness. Of course, as a dualist, I find that hilarious, and so I laugh in their face. The amount of computation we need as a result of agentic AI as a result of reasoning is easily 100 times more than we thought we needed this time of the year. And of course, they're excited for emergent properties. We'll see what happens there as well. But certainly it's going to add a lot to humanity. Unless, of course, people start setting up rogue AIs, which is, it's going to happen. And then we're going to have AI wars, right? AI damn wars. We can just have different type of wars, right? So we're going to move into AI wars. Before we do that, though, we're going to enjoy a lot of the benefits, right? So the early phase, going to be a lot of the benefits, and then we're going to have cool robots landing on Mars, like Optimus, and it's going to be fun to see all that imagery. Then probably 10 years later, then we're talking about Terminator. We're talking about Terminator not long after that. All right, so we've got demand for NVIDIA and GPUs remains extremely robust. We believe demand is currently outstripping supply 15 to 1. So huge to supply for AI, right? GPUs as well, with more enterprise waiting to turn their line to receive the most advanced AI chips on the market. And there's a hunger for that because of the implications as well. Now, don't just take everything you hear about AI, right? At the moment, we're doing a lot of automation. Obviously, trying to move to general AI, right? So, but that's sort of the holy grail. But the reality is that a lot of these AIs still have to be tested against applications, right? You can compare it to the standard digital chips to this, AI quantum chips, as it were. So still a lot of tests, and you're finding that a lot of tests of applications, they turned out not to be so great. So we'll see whether they, how they progress in the future as well. And whether you believe that they're doing multiverse calculations, you can decide. I think it's more philosophy than physics. So we'll see what happens in that space, but certainly it's going to change the world and move us to a new, and technological age. That's for sure. All right, so that is the stock market. Let's see how the Fed goes overnight. That's going to be fun to see. And what else we got here? We've got crypto 82,600 down 1.8%. We've got ETH at the moment $923 down 0.5%. We've got BNB at the moment up a third of a percent, so it's nice to see a little bit of green there. $629. Solana down 2.8% at $125. ADA is at 70 cents down 2.5%. Tron actually standing out lately, up 7%, and I think it was up yesterday quite good too. So there we are. There we go, I should say. We've got XRP at down 2.3% at $2.29. And I think we'll wrap that up with the Su chain there down 3.5%. So those are sort of where we are at the moment on the old cryptos, and mostly down slightly, but with some cool moves there from Tron, of all things. So it must be the sun effect, right? Must be the sun effect. We got Luna in the house there. Hey gang, good to see you, Luna. Love the big hearts there. Luna C Point, cool, good to see that. All right, so let's jump over to Bitcoin before we get into Pulsechain madness. And of course, we've got the price at the moment at $82,500, just below the 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average at the moment is at 85,500. The EMA for 50-day is at 89,987. So we've just dropped that 50-day EMA moving average there in yellow. Has just dropped below 90,000 US dollars. And we got up about $99,000 on that moving average, which is pretty crazy, way back here in 3rd of Feb. So that is coming down for a death cross convergence. Now, we're hoping that we avoid that, right? And I'm still feeling very bullish about post-April. So let's see how we get on there. And because we're still expecting the bull market cycle to pay out. I'm not expecting anything different there. At the moment, of course, we've got the 15th September is where we almost had a death cross, but we avoided that. So are we going to do that again? That's the question. I'm still feeling very bullish about that because I feel we're still playing out the cycle. So we shall see. The other thing, of course, it can be a bit delayed, and of course the market manipulates, things down, and of course there have been some truly, worrying things in the market from the market's point of view. around tariff volatility and trade wars and things like that. And of course, also inflation, what the Fed will do, all that sort of stuff there. So let's see if we can avoid a death cross and move into is it Valhalla? I don't know, is that the right one? I'm just making a joke, but we'll move up and to the right there and start heading towards those big numbers we've been talking about this year of 150 to 400,000 US dollars sometime during this year. Probably the midpoint 250 being a pretty reasonable mark there. And of course, that would be supercharged on the last bull market, which was like a 3x in Bitcoin because of the ETFs, the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, the altcoin stockpile, and of course, all the states in the United States scrambling to get bills approved to invest in the order of hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin purchases. And so, that's going to have a massive ramp up as well as institutional investment all around the world. So it's basically every player's on the field. And of course, every potential player's on the field, and all the players are jumping onto the field to actually recruit. So I think it's pretty bright for the future. And of course, Trump's going to go take us into the golden age. But we're going to probably take a few months to start seeing some of those numbers. That being said, of course, we see some benefit already in the price of eggs. So is that a good sign for the future? We shall see. There we go. Let's have a look at the institutional money expected to come in. 83% of institutions plan to up crypto allocations in 2025. That's from Coinbase, so that's bullish news, right? So we've got states and institutions all wanting to come in. So it's kind of the quiet before the storm. The timing is always difficult to get, but it does look like Q2 this year could be the beginning of that bullish cash flow. Institutional investors are increasingly bullish on crypto, with 83% saying they plan to up their crypto allocation in 2025. And that's according to a March 18 report, so it's fairly good. Already, nearly 3/4 of firms surveyed said they hold cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin and Ethereum, and a significant majority said they plan to boost crypto allocations to 5% or more of their portfolios. So that is exciting. They are motivated by the view that cryptocurrency represent the best opportunity to generate attractive risk-adjusted returns over the next 3 years. Coinbase, the US largest crypto exchange, and Parthian, a consultancy, based the findings on interviews with more than 350 institutions, investors in January. I don't see any change about that since that point. So that's some bullish news there for you if you're looking forward to the bull market hype there. Now, normally I start off with Richard Hart coins, right, as you guys know, but today we're starting off the gas price because that's the first thing that I noticed when I try to do a purchase. I was waking up early to claim some of my Pulse Mafia XP points for ranking up my players, and I get there and suddenly I try to do my transaction, and I find that it's through the roof, through the roof, multiple dollars, and I go, what the hell? And so I go to GoPulse and I look at the gas beats, and it's something like 290 million beats or something, and I'm just going, what the fudge is happening here? And so it was pretty crazy, and I was pretty dizzy that early in the morning. And then I just had a look, and it was crazy prices. And so then I went online and said, what the heck is happening here? And it turns out there's all this drama about James Maria and, of course, Atropa, Teddybear, and Pdai minting. So crazy, crazy times. Obviously, these have been some of the most popular and best performing asset classes on Pulsechain. So it obviously has a big impact. And apparently, the money was bleeding out as well of the chain into Ethereum, apparently. So drama afoot, right? Drama afoot. So that's kind of where I got to at early in the morning. I haven't really checked up since that time, but I did post a lot of images and stuff like that in the crypto chat in our Discord. So if you haven't joined up to our Discord, take the opportunity to do that now. It's only $12.50 a month, so really great value. Get in there on that one. And become part of our community. So that is kind of where we were on the gas, and our gas prices are still, really high, 18 million beats for what we're normally used to. Maybe a couple of million beats these days is kind of where we are at. But 18 million at the moment, 20 cents for a Pulsex swap. It was probably about $3 at some stage last night. So really, really crazy prices there. So pretty much, 10 million beats equates to about 10 cents each. So if you got close to 300 million beats, you're talking about $3 a Pulsex swap. So it's starting to look like Ethereum, right? Pretty crazy stuff there. So that's kind of where we were on that, and we'll have a look at the bridge. As you guys know, we're sitting at 96.7 million. So it doesn't appear that much has gone over the bridge because we're still sitting at 96 million, and our DAIs still looking pretty healthy there. I can't remember the ETH value, but that still looks pretty good. So Maybe the stuff hasn't gone over the bridge as much as people thought. Maybe a little bit has, but that is pretty crazy. I haven't managed to check the bridge in Telegram either. There's a Telegram chat there with the bridge updates, but that is kind of where we were at the moment. So I've had no chance to do any forensics on this. So pretty crazy there. What else? We got the comments in the chat there. The saw. Let's see here. We got Brennan House says, what has been 9 Iron Capital's comments? I have not checked that, Brennan. I haven't had a chance to check that. I've had no chance over the last 6 hours. We got Hex Amigo in house there. Good morning, all. Good to see Hex Amigo. Welcome. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe button. If you love Pulsechain content every single day, hit that subscribe button today. And, of course, join our Discord links in the video description. We also got a strategic crypto club as well. Join up today with that as well. It's only $35 a month, as well as, of course, a beginner's course to crypto from beginners to intermediate to advanced, and that is a one-off fee for $74.99. So check out some of those offerings as well in the video chat there. You'll find all the links to our Whoop shop, as it were. So that's kind of where we are there. So we're down about 700k. That's not so bad. So let's have a look at the Richard Hart coins and see where we're at there on day 676. We've got about 40 minutes to go in the day. So day 676. And we've got Pulse at quadruple 0303 down 3.7%. It's only at the 30% of the mean sacrifice. This is such a good buying zone at the moment for Pulsechain. Unbelievable. We've got Pulsex at the moment at quadruple 0272, only down 0.1%. So that's calmed down. Earlier today, these were all down pretty hard, but looks like they've all calmed down now. And we've got the buy and burn sitting at 1.317 trillion. 6.62% of the buy and burn Pulsex has been bought up and burned. That's obviously probably accelerated overnight. Incentive token there at the moment, $1.75, up 5.25% at 57, almost 58,000 pulse. So that's pretty cool. So one of the beneficiaries here is incentive token, and of course the inflation's been cut 20x, hasn't it? So it's only 5% of what it used to be. We've got about 55 million tokens or so. Hex at the moment is down 3.5% almost. It's 3/4 of a penny for Hex on Pulsechain. So if you wanted to get a good price on Hex, well, here it is for you. And of course, EHEX at the moment, 0.22 of a penny. Combined price of EX and PX was yesterday, it was just over 1 cent. Now it's just under 1 cent at 0.0966. So 9600th of a penny at the moment. So that's kind of where we are on the Richard Hart majors. Looking quickly at the validators, as we'd say, 48,500 validators. So it's ticking up pretty nicely there. And we looked at the bridge values as well, which isn't down as bad as I thought it might be. So there we go. Now, with volume, the volume has gone up to one of the higher ranges. We're at $78 million in 24 hours. So one of the side effects there from Atropa and Teddybear has been mad volume, $78.3 million on Pulsechain. So pretty impressive with 388,000 transactions ticking away there. Now, we do have some green charts. Before I get into Teddybear and that, we're going to quickly look at the green charts here. So on the trending 6 hour here on Deck Screen, the sort of the default view, we've got Pdai from the Pump.Tires site that Richard Hart and his team launched is sitting up 54%. So that's looking pretty good there. Doubt as well is up 26%. And we've got Ring there up 19%. These have all been around about a month or so, over a month. We've got PTC UFO is up 7%. So we've got a few little moves there. And obviously we've got Line Token, funny enough, and Incentive Token there at the top. Now, the other one we've got, of course, is Mafia, which just launched yesterday its first gameplay. And I'm going to briefly go through that on this live stream. But before we do that, we're going to check out some of the damage overnight. So we're going to check through here. So we're going to reverse the 24 hour and look at the worst charts. And we can see that, yeah, Atropa is here. And so is a Teddybear. Little Teddybear. Reminds me of that movie, Teddybear. So yeah, Ted 1 and Ted 2. Man, that's a great movie. Ted movie. We got Teddybear is down. So let's have a look at some of the pools here. Now I wanted to check out the PLS pool, but we got the Tropa pool down 35%. Teddybear Pulse. They've got a couple of Pulse pairs, right? So we got V2s. So we're gonna look at liquidity here. And we've got Teddybear Pdai as well, and that's at 300,000. So I'm going to look at this Pulse one up here. Let's have a look at this one here. And this is a Teddybear and Teddybear, and this is definitely down. So this is the whole chart here on Teddybear. How far back we go here. So look at that big wick down today. Pretty brutal there. But, you know, the price is still holding up, so people have seen it as an opportunity. So the market cap's still at 16.4 million, and the top market cap here at the moment has been, let's see, what's top market cap? Over 28 mil, so even higher than that. Back here, we've got the market cap at 31 million back in March, 6th of March. So I got this on the hourly. It's probably why it's having a spaz. Yeah, back here on the 12th of December last year, we had a market cap of 125 million. That is now at 16. We've had quite a strong wick down today. So you can see the market cap here is down near the bottom range, but not, the true bottom was about 9.2 million. Let's have a go back to the price as well. Have a look at that. And yeah, quite a strong wick down today. So we were sitting at 70s 2500. We dropped all the way down to 70s 1000. So that's a huge drop, right? And now we're currently at the 70s 1663, down 34% on a 24-hour basis. So quite a bit of carnage there today. And the volume candle on this particular pair, 1.25 million. So you can sort of see that a lot of the volume happening on all these Teddybear pairs, and there is tons of them, right? And part of the webbing there. Pretty crazy times. So that's on Teddybear, and we also see on Atropa Pdai. Atropa Pdai pair here. Let me just jump one of those. So we're going to go to this one here and have a look at that. So this obviously sold off as well on the hourly. You can see the hourly sort of sell off here. Went all the way down. I guess, I don't know, where did we start here? Well, let's say we start at 4 cents. Went all the way down to less than a penny. So 8400th of a penny. Wow, that is dramatic, right? And then it's now back up at 2.5 cents, which is a pretty decent recovery. Obviously, in this range, you can have some pretty crazy numbers here. Now, looking on the daily for this particular pair, obviously there's other Atropa pairs, but this had almost 1.1 million in volume. Typically, it was doing about $150,000, and so it's jumped all the way up to 1.1 million in volume. So pretty dramatic there. Now, obviously, the glory days here of Atropa, back here at this rally back in November, and the price got up to 22 cents, just spiked up there a couple of times, and certainly topped up at around about 20 cents. Now down at 2.5 cents at the moment, and was actually below 1 penny. So people were opportunity hunting after that wick and come in and push that back up. Now, as I understand it, Atropa Dev there had some posts on Telegram. Now we're going to jump over to that, and we can see that someone posted a video here of those posts, and you can see the video playing there of the comments. So there's James Maria there in the yellow. He says, let me just come drop back here. So some of us are aware, others are not. I will fill everybody in as questions are asked. So he's obviously doing Q&A in there. And of course, I have a plan, but this sucks that he has to do it. And he's got a Atropa ETH there, right, selling that down in the swap there, showing up the top. And of course, we had lots of crazy stuff there. Why are you dumping? What's the plan? Bridging out, or WTF, bro? And then, of course, James Maria says Pdai is operated by a counterfeit operation out of Vail, Colorado, that targets crypto pioneers. So this is his intel. Yeah, we'll see what he says here. We got there will be no bridging out at this time, so he hadn't bridged it out. I did see a comment, someone said he was bridging it out, so apparently he hasn't. That does match the bridge. Bridge kind of does look pretty similar to yesterday, just down about maybe 700,000 or something like that. Could be for a number of reasons there. The exposure, it says there will be no bridging out at this time. The exposure is only on Pdai. So there we go. And it says the whole Pdai, says Maria. So it's true, the BD1 wallet is a drainer. The whole Pdai, says Maria. All Pdai, folks. I already created a YouTube list, and he's got apparently that as well. You can go hunt that down. I haven't actually hunted that down. Catch up here, and of course, I have 100% proof that the recent robbery of my aunt's house in Kentucky and the contractors I am currently employed are affiliated with the Pdai group. So I'm not going to say all these claims are true or not. You can decide. But this is some of the stuff he had on the Telegram that was recorded. So yeah, Maria there, I do not know anything about Maker, and so that's sort of leaves that side of it. So I know that Brendan, you're asking about 99 Capital, so I haven't actually got to see his view on this, but he's sort of indicating here that he does not know anything about Maker, so the Maker contract side, which is a reasonable theory, right? It's a reasonable theory to create a lot of value on Pulsechain is resurrecting these contracts, which makes that's a kind of a no-brainer. And so that's why we entertain such a theory and the evidence there for it, right? So we got over 300,000 for Pdai. It was minted yesterday, so this is the real concern that he had. And it says, is the new minting a bug? Those who are total, those are the two total supply numbers for Pdai between 7 p.m. last night. So he's got obviously the minting there. The top number there is higher than the bottom number. So you got 240635 and 240389. Now I can't remember. I think it's 12 numbers you have to take off the back of this number, if I remember rightly. That is some evidence he provided there. This video keeps going through. Exploit, yes. RH, no. And Maria goes, no, Pdai is not RH. Please view the YouTube link above. So that's if you get the Pdai and the Pdai maker theory and it's not RH doing stuff, then that would be a big concern about that theory, and therefore it'd be pretty interesting to see what 99 Capitals and others think about that. But from his point of view, that is not the case. So he had a few more comments after that. The link takes me to some traveling video in China. What are you suggesting, Maria? And he says, my primary goal is to save Teddybear as well. So we're talking about, obviously, Atropa and Teddybear. Teddybear. I say Teddybear like a New Yorker a little bit, don't I, with my Kiwi accent? Well, it feels like that. Maybe I've watched too many movies. So we've got comments there. Link takes me to some of those, and everyone else is in the chat there. So he's doing a bit of a Q&A about that while he's rugging the a lot. He didn't rug it all, apparently. So tell them the did, Paul. You clearly know a lot. He's talking to somebody there as well. What else we got there? If you ask a question that is answered by the playlist above, I will remove you. So a couple comments there. Tech Learning says that Maria, you're the biggest cheater of Pulsechain, the biggest dumper and biggest scammer of Pulsechain. Now it's funny that because other people praise Maria for creating such great liquidity webbing and pumping the charts and stuff like that. So you're gonna get a bit of both. Peter was supposed to be pegged by now. What happened, you grifter? So obviously getting a lot of if you're seeing your price go down, you're getting a lot of grief there. And Maria says Pdai team is running an intentional exploit they have planned since network launch there as well. Now, some of the drama around this, of course, was that that Somi was involved. Now, I don't know anything about that, so you need to speculate about that because that's quite a big claim, making claims like that. So who knows? We'll see what happens around all that sort of stuff. Maria says that a Pdai team from Val, Colorado, seems to have some pretty specific, claim there. Would explain how they got trillions of VAT Pdai. It's going to be bad. I can pause for a bit while I come to order. Please run through the playlist above. I would prefer RH approval before going 100%. So that's pretty interesting. I would prefer RH approval before going 100% into PLS. So not sure quite where that's heading there. I'm employing contractors that have robbed me and stalked me. I don't know. He seems to have a lot of bad people after him. I don't know. Is that a paranoia issue? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Sometimes when you're super brilliant, you can get a bit paranoid, is often be one trait. But hey, look, maybe it's real. I don't know. There is open investigation in Louisiana, Kentucky Police Department regarding 5 rifles stolen from an old woman's house during the first renovation. I don't know what that's talking about there, but it's a bit weird. Thief coincidentally there. The Fed crashed was only a small portion. Val is running the counter-strike pattern to protect counterfeit printing. They have rules, but the rules suck. So he's talking about all sorts of different stuff here. So he goes, the Pdai on the Atropa contract are locked. I cannot touch them. So that is probably the limit there on those contracts. We just looked at the Pdai Atropa one, if I remember rightly. This does seem to be a limit to what he can pull. Pdai team can, however, exploit and infiltrate the whole system via the locked Pdai on Atropa LP. So this exploit is what he had concerns about from the looks of it. Pdai Val, Colorado counterfeit team runs Gavinci as an operation that intends to harm its customers. Their rule is that if you enter any of them or buy anything from them, they will take advantage. So there's a couple of comments there. Now, I haven't given all the context there, but that's sort of some of the feed that was posted last night, which is pretty interesting. So make of it what you will. Be interesting to see, like say, Brennan, what some of the, 9 irons and some of the Pdai maker guys think of all that. but definitely the chart speaks, right? This chart speaks to us, and that was liquidity being pulled, and people were in there with James Murray there as he was asking questions about it, and now the market seems to have bounced back, maybe about 45% or so from that flash crash, and that's kind of where we are. So yeah, we'll probably try and look at a few more things like 9 irons and other people's comments to see where they're at on that, and I'll probably post that in Discord later on. Just haven't had enough time to go through all that stuff, as you guys can appreciate as well. So that's kind of where we are. Yeah, let's see where it all heads. So opportunity now. I don't know. The market's certainly pushing it back at least 50%. We'll see how it goes. Normally, you'd want to get up at least about 70% before you felt really good about it. But buying on the bottom sometimes, if you can find the bottom, is pretty exciting. So that is where we are on the old Pulsechain, and big drama, right? Big Pulsechain madness. Of course, the gas prices just went through crazy. 300 million beats. I mean, just insane stuff. I know that's got to be. It's surely got to be the all-time high. Those candles. I've pretty much seen a lot of the wicks on Pulsechain, having covered them every day, and that is definitely got to be right up the top there. It was pretty insane. So. I think we may. I think that's pretty insane stuff. So, it looks like Pulsechain's at number 5 based on metrics at the moment. That big volume at $78 million, $79 million, pretty crazy stuff there. Now, that's also going to get us into Mafia, because I want to talk about that quickly. We'll probably try and talk a bit more about the fallout of that, the Atropa Teddybear tomorrow. And there's I posted lots of other clips inside the crypto chat in the Discord, so you can check that out as well. Mafia has actually fared pretty well, as you guys know. So this is the daily chart there. So we've had 4 green days, and volume has picked up in Mafia. Look at that. So $12,300 in Pulse Mafia. So that's pretty good. But the ratio is looking really good as well, right? So the ratio has been climbing up here on the hourly chart. We've got all the way up to 32.7 Pulse per 1 Mafia, currently at 30.5, and so doing pretty well. So Mafia doing pretty good there. Mafia, of course, being the number 1 GameFi and stuff like that, so not bad. And as you guys know, you can. Let me just jump over here. I got bam. Let's go over to crimes. Let's keep going back to the crimes, but I'm not wanting to go to crimes. So let me go to jail. Let me go to jail here. So no one's in jail at the moment. So at the moment, Pulse Mafia is doing very, very well from my point of view, from a gaming point of view. And we can see the price is holding up pretty well. We know there's a lot of green tokenomics going on. Basically, everything going into the system is going to buy Mafia and lock it up, which I think is really cool. We're going to go to the rankings, right? Everyone's racing to rank up. Now, obviously, when the gas prices is, people haven't ranked out. I haven't ranked up yet. I'm still just about there, 98% at a nobody at the moment. So I'm just about an apprentice, probably be there in about an hour's time as an apprentice. And gas prices there pretty crazy overnight, obviously infected gameplay, but a lot of people playing over here. Now, we've already got a number of people that have reached apprentice on Pulsechain. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people have reached apprentice on Pulsechain. Now, when I was up, about 5 or 6 hours ago, it was. I'm not showing the screen. I apologize for that. Let me just go to the screen here. Bam, is the screen better? Sorry about that. That's probably a good thing anyway, because it's a lot of confidential stuff. But that is where we are at the moment on the rank progress. So pretty cool. Let's see there. Brian says he's in jail. He's in jail there. Yeah. Not bad. Xenon says 98 is 8% is. Yeah, that's right. That's true. What else there? We got screen not showing. Yeah, it's good now. Yeah, great. Yeah. Sorry, I still had it on the video screen, so that's why I wasn't showing. My bad. But anyway, I was showing some confidential stuff, so I was a bit annoyed about showing that, but apparently I didn't. So there we go. We got rank progress 98% on my player, and I'm surprised at that actually. I was expecting to be well over 100% and into the apprentice, but apparently some of the bots that don't on the auto bots don't perform as well as the crime bots. Just the percentage is not as good, so it's a lesson to be learned there. But rank progress 98%. So I'll be there in an hour because I've got some bots coming out, and probably after the live stream here. So I'll end up being apprentice soon enough. So there are 12 at the 11. Did I say 11 at the moment? A good chance I could make it number 12, and so on. But this morning, if I'd been able to call it, although the gas prices were ridiculous, that I would have been number 3 here on the list. So there we go. Congratulations to Furio, Torito, and Trigger Happy, all from the Yakuza. That's all the family that I am a part of as the consigliere there. And they've all gone into the top 3. So fantastic. Now, I do believe that whoever's first apprentice was going to become what do we say? It was going to become get an OG NFT as a reward, which is pretty valuable. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, let's see where that goes from there. Now, what else? So when you do rank up, it's going to give you more features, right? We're going to talk about that in a minute. But let's quickly go to Mafia, and let's go have a look at the Mafia one as well. So Mafia, I've already become an apprentice here, which is pretty cool. And I think I was number 7. So number 7 apprentice, and at least. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 apprentices over there so far. That is the first rank, right? Everybody starts off as a nobody, and then everyone was racing to be an apprentice on the first day, so it was pretty exciting. And I'm already well on my way to pickpocket, which is a second rank higher, right? So you start off as a nobody, then apprentice, then pickpocket, and I'm 12% the way there and sitting at number 7 spot at the moment. Now, we got some cool stuff. So the Disturbed family is part of the Director of Allegiance, so they are at number 1 at the moment by points. Now, I did post some snapshots in the Pulsechain and B&B Mafia of where it was about an hour or 2 ago. So we do have sort of the history there. And yeah, we've had a couple more added into the mix here on B&B. But we got Furio once again doing very well on both chains, and congratulations to him. He's in the syndicates as well. We do have one of the elites in the OG Sopranos. They're in different families, right, from us, and they've got a couple good spots there as well. So doing pretty well there, but we're in the mix. We've got Disturbed, the OG, the syndicate, and myself there. Then we've got Claudia from the Yakuza, so doing pretty well, and then we're dominating in here as well. So we've got enough people that have gone into in the top 10. So there are 10 apprentices, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 out of the 10 in our allegiance to the directorate. So that's not bad, 60%, not bad at all. We've got some other people getting pretty close, which is pretty fun. So Pickpocket is next. So let's go to the game wiki and see what this all means, right? What does this all mean? Well, as we know, Open for Business is in progress. So we had the Narcotics Warehouse and the Booze Warehouse go live. However, they can't really sell anything to anybody because people got to rank up before they can, do booze smuggling and stuff like that, narcotics. So yeah, but we had all the pre-ranking stages launch, and it's been fun since yesterday doing that, which is pretty cool. Let me just jump over to the ranks. This is what we're really talking about here. So everybody starts off as a nobody, and I'm going to pull that up a little bit there so you guys can see. So everyone starts off as a nobody, and then they go up to apprentice. So if everyone's like we're seeing, the first players reach apprentice, and then the next one is pinpocket, right? So that's what people will be targeting. And then we get to cloak, right? So cloak's a very important level. Why? Because the first time you can actually go into a booze shop and buy some booze and then do some, I guess, booze smuggling. And so you got booze smuggling opens up here. So that's what you get to. So that's cloak. So that's what you want to be racing towards to. Everyone was racing towards apprentice because Jacob had an award apparently about an OG NFT for the first ones to get there. And then, of course, now everyone is claiming to pickpocket and then cloak as they move up. Now, there are a lot of ranks to move forward to. As you move forward to ranks, you're going to be able to buy more booze and more narcotics as you're going to be doing some smuggling and stuff like that. And then we're going to move up into opening up different features there. So once you become a runner, you'll be able to smuggle narcotics. So booze smuggling first, narcotics are next, and you're going to be able to do that. And then, of course, associate there, create a family, and so on. So once we get to collector, you're going to be able to use the safe house, and you'll have a lot more bottle carry, like booze and narcotics you could be able to carry, right? So it really just goes up as you go up through the rank. Lieutenant, we get to organized crimes, and then architect, we get to mega organized crimes. So some pretty important ranks coming up there, and of course people are going to be playing towards that. Now, one thing I will say is that a lot of people, pro tip, of course, is to use helper bots. So people are using helper bots, and you can use multiple helper bots there. So you could use crime bots, you can use grand theft auto bots, and of course you can use shooting practice bots as well if you're going to do that. So there's some examples of what you can do there. And all you have to do is buy credits. If you do have credits in your profile that you bought off got opened with a crate or something, you have to deposit them into the I guess the game, as it were. So you have to withdraw them for your assets and put them into the game, and then you'll be able to use them here by the deposit button, right? This deposit item here. Or if you don't have them in your wallet, you'll be able to buy credits in the game, right? So that's the two options you have there. Now, if you go to your profile as well, you'll also be able to deposit, cars into the game, which means that you can go to the garage and deposit cars. And you can see I got 2 cars here. In fact, funny enough, when I went to the bot and I did helper bots, right? So I did Grand Theft Auto bot, right? So I did Grand Theft Auto. I ended up winning a car in that, right? I didn't even know. I just saw it now. But I won a car, and I actually won a really good car. So the first car I won was what? This is on a different profile, but it was a $5,000 car. But here I've actually I've won 2 cars here, so that was pretty good actually. So I got an Austin 12.4, and that is $12,000, but it's got 83% damage. So it's only $2,000 in value, which is pretty insane. Now, you have a couple options you can do when you go to your garage. So I stole these cars, right? So I stole these cars. I also stole a Bentley 8-liter limousine. So this is a pretty damn good car, right? I think there's like maybe 50 to 80 cars or something. I can't remember the exact number, but we did get that in the car. So let me just go back and check the ranking. I think we got new cars in somewhere here. Crimes. I'm not sure if it's under crimes or cars now. It's a while since we looked at it there 2 days ago and we saw the cars. Garage, is it? Not sure if yeah. So all these cars here, you can. So see all pictures of all the new cars. These are all brand new cars. You can't open these up in the crates. You have to steal them, right? Which is pretty awesome. Yeah, I was just trying. Yeah, 65. So there's 65 old school mafia themed unique cars to steal from, which is pretty awesome, right? 65. Yeah, I said 30. What did I say? 50 to 60, 65. There we go. Anyway, so I ended up getting a Bentley. I haven't seen this. I'm seeing this live with you. I don't even know. I didn't even check them, right? I knew because I didn't really check. I thought, oh, did I win some cars? And haven't checked, but apparently I did. I stole some cars, and I got a Bentley 8-liter limousine by HJ Millionaire, 450K. That's really valuable. So I'm very happy about that. And the damage is only 9%. That is cool. So it's worth $400,000 in-game cash, which is fantastic. So pretty cool. Now you can do some things to these, right? You can ship the car. You can list them on the market. You can transfer them, of course. So you can do that button. And then there's a deposit cars, and I believe that's from your own wallet. I haven't actually played around with that, but you don't have any cars to deposit. So yeah, you have to go into your wallet if you're going to deposit it. So you go into your wallet. If you've got a car, maybe you got a car from opening a crate or something like that, then you can withdraw to something into the game, and then I guess click deposit. Which not too bad. So yeah, I did really well out of this Bentley 8. That's a really good car. I don't know if it's the top of the most expensive because there's 65 cars, but it's damn expensive. So it's got to be pretty good. That's my guess there. Let me know in the chat if you guys have opened up a car better than that, but that's pretty awesome there. So, hey, look, you definitely got to check out Mafia. It's only 2,000 Mafia to play. I mean, it's a nothing burger. And then you can, use bots and stuff like that to start auto botting and ranking up your ranks. And, man, it's just going to get better and better as we move forward towards, the killing part of the game. So definitely check out Pulse Mafia. For most of you, probably be on Mafia. Check that out. Only 2,000 Mafia. Very cool. Now, the one thing I will say about it is that there is a 4.7% buy slippage. 4.7% buy tax that's going to buy Mafia and take it off the market. So you're actually helping the price go up. And also there's a 16.6% sell tax, which you need about 20% slippage if you're selling that. But that's also going to be helping the Mafia price go up, right? So all the tokenomics in the game at the moment, there's many of them, like buying crates and all sorts of stuff, are all going to buy the chart up there. So when you are getting involved, you're actually helping the price go up. And that's going to be for a limited marketing period. We don't know how long it's going to be before a lot of the money starts going back to the old tokenomics probably, or an adjusted version like the Vault, going back into the Vault. But the Vault's looking very cool, right? The Vault, even with Pulsechain down at the moment, the Vault is sitting at over 8 billion Pulse. And remember, that the understanding is that 10% of that's going to go per week to the families. So you're looking at $25,000 US. If the price of Pulse goes 4x, that's $100,000 a week going to the families. and the top 5 families, top 8 families fight over that, right? So that's going to be really huge. So get involved. Only 2,000 Mafia, which is what, $2 to play. I mean, it's nothing. And then of course you can buy some helper bots or buy them off the market and start playing today. So I do encourage you to play. If you like gaming, you like earning crypto, then that's the play to go, right? So very, very cool. Check it out. Now it also playing on BNB, so you can play BNB Mafia or Pulse Mafia. But that is kind of where we're at the moment. And it's the beginning, so you're in early, and you can rank up really fast as well. And you can rank up by getting bots and going really long with the bots, like a couple days. And that way, when you do get when the bots do mature, you're able to pull the bots out, and that's when you find out the results. And you might steal some cards if you're doing the auto bots, right? So if you're doing the Grand Theft Auto, you might actually pull out. That's where I got the cards from. And you might get some big rewards there. And that big $400,000 card was pretty damn good. I only just saw it now while we were talking live. So there we go. Very, very cool. That is the picture of the car there. Not bad. Okay, can I zoom in on that? Yeah, that's a zoomed in picture. That's a pretty damn looking car as well. So Bentley 8-litre limousine, but HD Milliner. It's got to be pretty much up there. I don't know whether it's the most expensive car, the 65 cars, but it's got to be pretty good. Yeah, let us know if you won one of those. So not bad. The other one I won was this one. This was a $12,000 Austin. Still not a bad car as well. Matt, don't you notice something about the old cars? There's so much style in them, eh? So much style, but that is true of the age, I guess. It was still kind of tough age, but man, the style was just so beautiful. And I hope we get back to getting some good style coming up with a lot of manufactured goods moving forward, because it's been a pretty bland type of era recently, hasn't it? Kind of cool, but not bad, not bad. All right, so that's kind of where we are there. And of course, I do have a helper bot here kicking away. So let's see, that's only an hour and a half to go. I'll end up being, going up the ranks here on Pulsechain as well on this particular profile. Not bad, not bad. So yeah, get in there and play. It's fun, fun, fun. And we know what's coming up next, right? What's coming up next is going to be, let me just jump out of here. I've zoomed everything in. Let me go back to pre-ranking. So we've got the FBI coming up next. That's a huge module by itself. So you don't have to play as a gangster in this game. You don't have to play as a gangster. You don't have to be in the best family like the Directorate allegiances, which I'm the consigliere of. Big shout out to the Don of Dons, Max Payne. And of course, Mafia Z there out there, our Compadecina. And we got the FBI coming. So you can play FBI. You can play good cop, bad cop. You can do it, which is pretty crazy. And of course, after the FBI is coming out, we're going to have raid spots. That's coming up as well. They're on the maps, right? So there's particular areas on the maps, and that's going to be part of the the aggression in the game. And of course, then communications coming up. We're looking for some cool peer-to-peer technology there. And of course, people have to coordinate for kills and all sorts of other stuff, crimes and stuff like that. Vault is obviously doing very well. Pulse has been hit. BNB is going up. I think we're about 260 BNB or something like that compared to 500. And then official launch. And official launch is when people are allowed to kill each other. If you kill somebody, you can take their assets, right? So to some degree anyway. So that is very exciting. So that's where we're here. The other thing we're looking forward to, of course, if you look at the game, is health and bullets are up the top. You can click on them at the moment, but nothing is there. You can actually click on credits, and you'll see your credit history of buying credits, and you can also see your cash as well, and that will bring up your successful crimes and things like that. So you can actually check on those and bring those up as well, which is pretty cool. And of course, you can also click on nobody, right? So let's quickly look at some of that. Let's look at the cash history there, so you can sort of see some of the crimes there, successful crimes. You can see that, and you get paid a little bit of money for that. And also the rankings, so you can click on that and get the rankings. And this is going to be very competitive. People are going to compete for these rankings. So we've already seen quite a bit of that, not only between families, but actually within families as well. A little bit of quiet little competition going on there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, and of course, kill skill, right? We haven't talked much about that, but people are going to be wanting to do this, right? Practice their kill skill. And in fact, you can do an attempt and try and become very good at skills, and that's going to be really important, right? So you got to get your skills up as well. Very important on that one. So not bad. All right, so some of the cool stuff playing there at the moment, and yeah, that garage is pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked about getting that pretty nice expensive car. I'm very stoked about that as well. In fact, you can click the repair button, right, and you can repair it, which is pretty cool. And yeah, let's see what the repair. This is a $12,000 car. It's $2,000 value at the moment. Let's see if they come. So yeah, repair cost is $50,000. So that's not economic for me to do, right? So it's not economic. So I'm not going to do that. Now, presumably the repair maybe is dynamic in value. I hope so, because it's just not profitable for me to do that. If I'm trying to repair this Bentley, that's $200,000 to repair that 8%. So not worth me doing that either at the moment. So I'm not sure how those economic works, but that's where they are at the moment. So cool. That's kind of where we are. Very cool feature. We didn't get to cover that yesterday, so I thought I'd cover that a bit today on the old Pulse Mafia. The number one GameFi on Pulsechain, the number one NFT market on Pulsechain, and also the only GameFi on Pulsechain, right? Because we have the metaverse on Pulsechain, because we have the 11 country maps, right? Pretty cool. Now, Titanx, we're just going to ramp up with that quickly. We're going to go very fast through Titanx. We got Titanx at the moment down 9.7%. Obviously, ETH is down a couple percent, or 1.5%. So this is down as well. Still haven't found the real, where's the bottom of Titanx? Jake Sharp's disappeared, even though marketing is supposed to be one of the principles of Titanx. So I'm not sure what's happening there. Question marks. And here we are at 6 zeros 1500. We're just at the bottom. So is this the bottom? Are we at the bottom? Is that it? Is that at the bottom? We shall find out. Now, we've also got ETH at the moment. The ETH ratio was doing pretty well yesterday. We're up almost at 9,000. We're back at 8,000 at the moment, just below 8,000 at the moment. So are we pretty much at the bottom? We're going to form some sort of bottom shape here. It's not the all-time bottom, right? Compared to the US price, 10 zeros, 4,700 is the bottom. So we're still, quite a bit up from that. But we're all waiting for, to zigzag away up to wave 3, right? And of course, as you guys know, Titanx is collaterally backed by the buy and burn. So it's not just there's no money around. There's tons of money, but it's all locked in the buy and burn. Obviously, ETH price at the moment is below 2,000. So the supply stats indicate that 64.3 trillion in value there. Actually, it's not bring up the US dollar price. Let's see if we can do that again. $15.1 million in $9.9 million in liquid, and the buy and burn at the moment on V1 is sitting at 8.6. So 8.6 versus 9. What did I say? 9.7? Is that what I said? I can't remember. So it's pretty highly collateral backed with a buy and burn feature. So it's even better than any DAO out there, right? It's got the buy and burn feature. So we'll see when that get activated. At the moment, it's turned off, essentially, right? So we shall see what happens there. Now, they're all turned off, right? DragonX turned off as well. DragonX down 14%. The ratio was at 7,000, now down 6.67. Titanx per DragonX. What else there? X28 sitting at 0.87 ratio to Titanx. X28 is the on-chain version. So nothing really happened yet. We got really no news at the moment. Just we had a couple of sort of green/flat days, and then we got a down day today at the moment. So we got Shogun, and of course this may be impacted by Pulsechain. Maybe we didn't really see the numbers in the bridge. Maybe a few people were selling down a little bit here to go to buy Pulsechain stuff. I don't know. That's always possible. There are shared investors. We got Hyper as well. At the moment, Hyper and Hydra, obviously they've minted out. They're down 17% and 14%. They're going to be fantastic pickups in the future, I'm sure. And they're all backed by buy and burns, which are all turned off as well at the moment. So very, very strong buy and burns, particularly Hydra there. Vault, of course, we're looking for the roadmap. Stevie D's waiting for the right time. Obviously, he's got Thundervault staking, the Ouroboros collateral, and of course the Bitcoin Genie. So lots of cool stuff happening up there. Inferno's going omni-chain. Morpheus, of course, waiting for V3 dexes as well, potentially on base chain, Pulse chain. What else we got here? Tink Farm could get some more stuff from Eric there around that. And we're waiting for, I think, Vibermex to be launching for that to support that as well. Element 280 is going omni-chain, right? So that's going with Baby DragonX up here. And where's the other one gone? Element 280, and where's the other one? Element 369. I can't see it here, but it's up here somewhere. And then what else? And then we got Uranus, of course, doing pretty well still. Down 70% today, but actually still doing pretty well after only, 39 days. And the ratio is 2.05. So that's turned out to be a very good performer, despite being down 17.5% today. And of course, the buy and burns turned off, and we're waiting for they're doing a lot of development work with base influences. So that's still ticking away there. So we're looking very excited about Uranus. That is the first project on the base chain. So it's the first omni-chain project, and it's going to be paired up with the liquidity pools of Element, as I understand it, 280 and all the other ones, 369, Helios, and Baby Dragon X. So at least 4 LP webbings, and that will increase the reflections there, 10% reflections, and of course 12% tax in total. So interesting stuff there. Now we've got a split out of the NFT projects. I'm very glad that they split the NFT projects out now. So I'm pretty happy about that. And we've got upcoming projects, right? So 2 days we've got Flare launching. That's going to be benefiting, I think, Inferno. So it's going to be cool. And I'm looking forward to Bitcoin Genie coming up. And of course, Taurus there from Cryptographics with some pretty innovative 3.0 DeFi tokenomics on both Bitcoin Genie and Taurus. And of course, Viromex was supposed to launch about 3 weeks ago, got delayed. It was supposed to launch mid-March, of course, delayed again. Of course, the climate's just not right? It's a pretty negative climate. I think the devs are just waiting for that, and all the buy and burns are turned off as well. So we'll wait for Jake Sharp to come out of the lab and get things moving at his choice. But I thought marketing was 24/7, 7 days a week. But anyway, we'll get there. We'll get there at the end. So that is pretty much Titanx at the moment. So could be the ultimate buy of the crypto market with all those buy and burn backings and omni-chain strategy rolling out. So we'll still see. But once again, it's all about risk taking, risk return, isn't it? So yeah, if you haven't joined our strategy club, get in our strategy club. The link's in the video description. Only $35 a month for that. Constant intel flowing in there. And if you want to become a community member, then that's $12.50. So join up to that as well. And of course, if you want to do a cool crypto course covering all of crypto from beginners to advanced, then we've got one for $74.99. Just done a soft launch over the last couple of days, so get in on that too. Pretty cool. All right, hope you guys have enjoyed the coverage today, and we'll probably bring you a bit more coverage around the fallout from Atropa, James Maria, and Teddybear and Pdai. As we get more information, we'll probably talk a bit more about that tomorrow. Now, as you guys know, it's going to be doing PUSD ALGO, right? And I'm super hyped for that. What is the base case for that? Well, it's got even better. Because how wrecked, Pdai Maker, for example, is kind of the probably the only real competitor in some ways, and so that reputation's been tarnished a little bit. Whether that what the future of that is going to be is yet to be seen. We certainly know that Richard's been doing a lot of big moves. So we've had a lot of big moves from Richard because we've had inflation cut on the Pulsechain farms. We've had the inflation cut, particularly on incentive token, down 20x. We've also seen inflation cut in the Hex contract, and we've seen the OA/Sacrifice wallet staking over short term, 30 days, and then multiple years now. We saw that yesterday. So big changes there, inflation. So Richard gives us little signals. Unfortunately, he doesn't have full control over the SEC and the courts. But of course, the courts did get approval for a 30-day extension. So it just drags things out for what is a really bad case. So I think that's still going to be doomed to wherever. Is that the right word? Doomed to Valhalla? I don't know. Valhalla is supposed to be a good place, right? So that's kind of things where things lay. So PUSD Algo looking even better. What do we need though? We need the Signum Oracle, which is ready to go, but timing, right? The market's so volatile at the moment that these developers, even though they're ready to go, they want good timing. And I know from Stu that he is just preparing things for the ramp up of Signum Oracle, and that's going to be useful for PUSD Algo, right? So needs an RNG generator, a fetched Oracle, which launched for liquid loans doesn't have that, and so we're going to have that, as well as probably some slightly better setups there for the Signum Oracle. And of course, we know that PUSD Algo there from Jacob, the same founder of Mafia, is going to be giving us an updated plan once Signum is up and running as expected. So if you want to get a 90% bonus on that one, referral bonus on PUSD Algo, the link is in the video description. Definitely check that out. And I've got a whole ton of videos on PUSD Algo if you want to see what that is like about a year ago when Jacob did testing on the live testing, which was amazing, by the way. It's like, man, that was crazy. Now it's full DeFi, right? Full DeFi algorithmic stablecoin backed by what they call miner bots, and the liquidity for those are provided by the market, and also a DeFi platform, right? So stablecoin plus DeFi platform. And on top of that, the peg was at $1, man. It was better than liquidity forks, better than the fiat-backed Coast fork, Coast stable. And of course, with the volatility in the market at the moment on Pulsechain, man, it couldn't be a better time to come, this sort of protocol. So very excited for it. And what's the last thing I was going to say about that? Yeah, so you can get a 90% referral bonus. Links in the video description. You will have to be patient with the timing. But like I say, we are getting closer with the Signum Oracle. And then we're going to get an updated plan around PUSD ALGO from Jacob. The other thing, of course, is 75% of the contribution that you make, which is, essentially an old classic sacrifice, is not classic. So that's why I don't really compare it to classic sacrifices, because 75% is going straight into the protocol liquidity pools day one. So no holiday in Hawaii or whatever. It is going into the protocol. As you guys know, Jacob is really loves a big vision. He has big visions, and he wants to execute, as we're seeing with the Mafia there. And Mafia is looking like fun too. So exciting times ahead, and of course they may very well get integrated, right? We know that PSD ALGO was also going to have a V3 DEX. Could end up being one of the biggest DEXs on Pulsechain as well, and potentially quite stable, right? With the stable coin there too. So I'm excited about that. Not only is PUSD ALGO going to be an incredible first algorithmic stablecoin pegged at $1, it will also be backed onto USDL, which is a liquidity fork, so it's got double backing, which is going to be pretty neat. The other thing, of course, is that we need some good native stablecoins over on Pulsechain to add a lot of value, right? And it's the big thing is it solves what they call the stablecoin trilemma, which is scalability, right? The fact that you can scale up asset base on Pulsechain, and of course anything that does that is going to be huge for Pulsechain. And it's a bit like Terra Luna, but done right. No humans, no faulty mechanisms, no over-the-top yields like Anchor. Really is going to be potentially just offering massive scalability and a good DeFi yield risk return. So very excited about that. So we shall see. Now, if you do $1,000 inclusive of that 90% bonus, which is like maybe $840 plus the referral bonus, gets you $1,000. You will get access to the second bonus, which is called Bonus X, and that could be a random number up to 2x times bigger your multiplier sacrifice. So potentially huge there. And you can check that out on PUSD ALGO. Link is in the video description. Check it out. Now, I was going to be doing a stream with Cult DeFi, who's pretty much Jacob's PR man, but unfortunately he wasn't able to make it today. So that's why we've managed to talk about something that's probably even more topical, which is the Pulsechain madness today. So that's been fun to cover that. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. If you love Pulsechain content, if you love crypto content, and of course, you guys know I also do a second show, typically of variety, that we cover politics. So I think yesterday I did trucks, big 18-wheeler trucks. We like to mix and mingle on the chat. Then join up, and of course, join the most vibrant Discord. We've got great people, and would welcome more great people to the Discord. So links in the video description for that. Once again, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, and I'll catch you in Discord. Take care, and I'll see you in another show probably later today. Until then, on to Valhalla, as we say, on to Valhalla. I don't know. I really have to check what that means, but I think it's supposed to be good in these like Dutch Viking movies or whatever. But we'll see. All right, take care. Bye for now. I got to rug myself, just like was it James Maria rugging Atropa to some degree at least. All right, bye for now.